Good evening, folks. The picture that you just saw on my phone, and I hope that was clear enough for you, was a picture of the person that saved my life 8 years ago. Her name is Heidi. And I carry Heidi's heart now in my body through organ transplantation. This is Uncle Charlie's Corner, and tonight we're going to talk about legacy. Folks, as you see, it's a very personal thing when you actually talk about the person that saved your life. When I talk to my donor's mother, it's a very uplifting thing, but it's also a very inspiring thing because she tells me about her daughter. You see, Heidi was Elva's only child. And I only have one child, my daughter Samantha. So I know how I would feel if I lost my child. She was an amazing person. Loved her family, her husband, her 2 children. She would have been a grandmother now. I'm pretty sure that she's looking down from heaven and loves the legacy that she has left herself. Because we never know when we're going to be called home. As we know, we've lost a lot of people these past 2 weeks alone. We lost another individual today. But like I said, we're going to talk about legacy. Now, Webster's dictionary defines legacy as a gift by will or money or personal property. Something transmitted by or received from an ancestor to a predecessor. Or a candidate for membership of a fraternity, a sorority, or a club. And I think we know with Vice President Kamala Harris, she is an AKA, and she proudly displays her pearls and lets everybody know what fraternity she is from. And believe me, I have cousins in North Carolina that keep letting me know that they are AKAs. But the reason that I'm talking about legacy is because on my job today, I went and I asked a couple of people what they felt a legacy meant to them. Now I had one person say that a legacy to him meant his life's work, what he did to leave for others. And I believe Webster covered that by saying a gift by will or money or personal property, something transmitted or received from an ancestor. I had another individual say she thought that a legacy was what she left for her children. Now, doesn't that also cover Webster's dictionary? A gift by will or money is something that you leave behind. Also, I had another individual say that a legacy was everything that he had amassed to leave to his son. And I believe Webster's dictionary covered that. What does the term legacy mean to you and your life? Matter of fact, are you going to be able to leave a legacy? Are you living your life right? And I'll even break it down even further. Are you living your life on godly terms? Because if we go to Proverbs 13:22, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Doesn't say anything about his children. It says his children's children. That means he already left something to his child to leave for those that come after them, his offspring, so to speak. Legacy. In the Urban Dictionary, which I just realize that we carry on line. I'm used to speaking sometimes in the King's English, but this is Uncle Charlie's Corner. I'm talking about from a different generation. But for those of you out there like me, and for the younger ones that are watching, in the Urban Dictionary, it defines a legacy of planting seeds in a garden you will never grow up to see. Think about that. Planting seeds in a garden that you will never grow up to see. How many of you have planted seeds in gardens, but because of the way that you're living your life, there's a very good chance that you're not gonna see your legacies. Did you hear what I said? By planting your seeds in those gardens, but you're not living your life right, there's a very good chance that you're not going to grow up to see your legacies, or your legacies are not going to get a chance to know you. Very deep, isn't it? And I look back at, there's a picture here in the studio, very prophetic young man who only lived to the age of 24. Yes, he had a lot of issues in his life that he had to deal with. A lot of them are public matters, so I'm not going to discuss them. But I know that his mother tried to put him on the right path through education because she saw the talent that this young man had. Matter of fact, he went to high school in New York City at a place called the Performing Arts High School. That young man, thank you, dog, for pointing at him. That young man was Tupac Shakur. Yes, he planted seeds in gardens. But did he grow up to see the offspring? I'm telling you, folks, there's a lot of things that are going out there. I was listening to MVP show before I was in recording mine, and he talked about a young man passed away at the age of 14. I'm not going to talk about how the young man lived his life. I don't know. But the fact is, I know it's tragic that parents have to bury a child at the age of 14. 14. That means, well, I don't know, he might have had a girlfriend, but he won't go to his prom, he won't get his driver's license, he won't graduate from high school, he won't graduate from college. Who knows what the young man could have been? Because that father's legacy is no longer here. His legacy for his offspring, we don't know what he could have done. And I talk about, I'm going to refer back to the one that saved my life. And I'm going to get a little personal, I'm going to get a little deep, because the fact is, even though I consider myself a good person, there were a lot of things that I did in my life earlier that I'm not proud of. But the good thing about a legacy is that Jesus left us with salvation. He left us with being humble. He left us with being able to forgive, which a lot of us, including myself, still have to work on. Moses left us a legacy. He left us the 5 books: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, which we still discuss today and hear about in the churches, synagogues, all over this world, this Christian Judeo world, I'll say. Legacy. It's a very, very hard thing to define if you're not concerned about your legacy. I received my heart transplant at the age of 48. Those of you in YouTube land can look it up on Drake's Media. I was prepared to die at the age of 48. 48 years old, folks. How many people do you know that passed away because of diabetes, because of heart disease, alcoholism, drug abuse? Maybe they were an abuser and their person that was being abused by them took them out. Maybe they were murdered. Maybe they overdosed. Anything. But normally we do not think in terms of burying a person at the age of 48. And I had to look back over my life, what I liked about my life, what I didn't like about my life, what I did or what I would do if I got my life back. That's why I'm talking to you good people out here. Legacy. I have a daughter who's 21 years old. I'm very proud of her. I mean, I would be very proud of anything she does because I'm a father. But the thing about it is she's doing things on her own, and God bless her. I'm still there if she needs me. I mean, I would not be a parent if I did not say that and I did not act that way. But the fact is, there are a lot of fathers out there that want something to do with their children, and unfortunately, because of certain circumstances, it could be incarceration, it could be because the fact is you're fighting with your baby's mother, anything, or father. Got to be politically correct. Legacy. Do you want to see your legacy expand in life and go further than you have? I'd like to think I've gone further than my father. I mean, he gave me the foundation. My father and my mother, they gave me the foundation. They gave me the education, they gave me the tools, they gave me the mindset to be able to do anything that I want to. Didn't use race, didn't use economic status or anything as an excuse as why I could not do what I could not do in life. And I have to tell you, the one thing I did tell the nurses when I was laying in that bed was that, you know something, I have gone places most people have not gone. I have met people most people who have not met in their life. I have done things most ordinary people did not get a chance to do. So I can't complain if God is going to take me home, even at that age of 48. But he decided to save me one evening on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2012. That's right. I'm pretty sure my mother went to Heidi up in heaven and said, I know you're a teacher. I was a teacher too. Could you please do me a favor? My son needs your heart because he's a special blood type. And Heidi, being the person that I have heard that she would do anything, take her shirt off her back. Well, this time she took the heart out of her body. And that's why I'm here today. And if most of you have blinders, you probably noticed that my donor is not of my race. Heidi was a Caucasian woman. A lot of you out there need to start thinking and putting on blinders, not looking at color, not looking at financial status, not looking at what kind of house this person has or what kind of car this person drives. You need to start looking at each other as human beings. I don't give a damn who's in office. I really don't. Because politicians come and go, and they've got to answer to God, just like I have to. So stop worrying about things that don't concern you. Start worrying about each other. Maybe there might be a little bit less violence in the streets in a Democratic or a Republican administration. Let's start showing some love, people. Let's start being there for each other. I have never been so proud of this country when they truly recognize the farmers who have been getting the excess food that usually goes to waste and making sure that the people that need it get it. That's truly caring about your brother. That's truly being a humanitarian, not worrying about if a statue or if something is built or named after you. Because usually when that's done, that means you're in the ground. If you truly think about that legacy. Let me just say one more thing, folks, and we're going to get to wrap it up. My donor Heidi, like I said, it would have been her 51st birthday yesterday. Now, obviously, her family could not celebrate with her physically because she's no longer here. All they have are the memories. All they're going to have is this videotape of me with her heart still beating in my chest. How do you thank somebody for restoring your life, bringing you back to your loved ones? The only thing I could say or answer is this, and it's being honest. I'm glad she became an organ donor. If it wasn't for the fact of her making that decision a long time ago, I would not be here today. A lot of you out there might be organ donors, and I thank you very much. But to the ones that are not organ donors out there, watch this again. See how organ donation can help someone if, God forbid, something happens to you. The things that you think nobody cherishes are things that people do cherish. Their family member, their life. And if they wanted to do things all over again, organ donation could help put them on the right path. And especially if God is in their corner, nothing ever is going to go, well, I can't say it's not going to go wrong, but things will be a little bit better because God don't make no ugly. He made us in his image. Folks, this has been Uncle Charlie's Corner, and this has been just my life experience, passing it from my generation to another generation. That's what it's all about, folks. It's about legacy. And I want to thank the folks at East Coast Pawn, 4 locations, 2 in Bridgeport, 1 in Stratford, and 1 in East Haven. I want to thank our producer back there on the board, brother David. I love you, brother. This is the 3rd show in Uncle Charlie's Corner, and I really, really want to thank you all. Like Robert has told you, MVP, if you like what you hear, push that subscribe button to URD Productions. Go Love Team. And remember one thing. You too are a legacy. And do you want to see your legacy continue? God bless you, folks. Until next time.
Yes, indeed, y'all. Yes, indeed. Welcome to UDR Productions. Please like, subscribe, and share. It doesn't cost you nothing to subscribe, so we can keep bringing you guys all this good content from prayer to streets. UDR Productions. Let's go and let's get it.